Hey guys, welcome back, señoras y señores, boys and girls. How are you? It's your host, Hebot, coming back at you one more time with another exciting episode of Toys in My Closet. And today we're going to take a look at the brand new release from Storm Collectibles. It is the final piece of the puzzle, the trio triage, if you will. The final piece is none other than Gilius Thunderhead from the Golden Axe series. And as we all know, he is the dwarf with the Golden Axe itself. And he is, a pivotal part and pivotal of the puzzle and of the team. So, as you can see here, it's in the same aesthetic and style with the beautiful artwork right in the front of the actual arcade cab and the artwork that was done for the promotional shots for the video game when they were promoting it in magazines that it was in the arcades of Gilius Thunderhead himself with the Golden Axe logo in the front with the font of the game. And as you see in the corner, it says Storm Collectibles in the open window box, and you bring him right in a little closer and you see that he's in there in all of his glory, but it has that shrink wrap, saran wrap that they do for protection. You see it says age 17 and older on the top, and then on the very top of the box, Golden Axe with the font. On the very side, you see again it's Golden Axe font with Gilius Thunderhead, and then a picture of him as you see on top of the actual beast. Now, I forgot the name of this thing. I don't remember it at all. So please forgive me. Then turn it on the other side, and it's the same thing. The font, name, promotional shot of Gilius on top of the chicken rooster beast thing. And then in the back we have wonderful promotional shots of the figure doing different, scenes that you remember and saw from the actual game. And you can see it in all of its glory, looking really good and really nice and detailed, as you see. And then if you notice, the skull heads in the back where you pick the character in the menu is actually green this time instead of blue or red when we took a look at our brother Axe Battler, and as I reviewed not too long ago, Terrace Flare. So let's take him out of the packaging. Let's see what he has to offer, and hopefully we won't have any issues because like I told you guys before, my biggest fear with this series and anything Storm Collectible is they have usually some type of small nuance or quality control that if you have it, it's very hard to get it resolved because they never really answer back. Their customer service, to be 100% honest with you, is horrendous. And one of the gentlemen in my comments pointed out in my last review of Terrace the nuances and his annoyances with the actual blue dragon, because the ball joint on the head and on the tail kept popping out. And this is true, it really does keep popping out. It wasn't like the red dragon that came with Axe Battler. It actually does pop out. I thought maybe it was just mine, but I guess it was an ongoing issue with other people. So hopefully we cross our fingers and we won't have issues here. So let's check it out. Sit back, relax, have a digital drink, and I hope you join me for the rest of the review and for the ride. I'll see you soon. And here we have, guys, Gilius Thunderhead out of box in all of his glory. And oh God, look, I really love this franchise. I am so happy and ecstatic to have a representation of these characters. For so many years, being a fan of the game from SEGA, this is probably one of my favorite franchises of all time that they had, as far as being a hack and slash beat 'em up in the arcades, and I love that we got these figures. My problem is that I'm so upset that only one company is able to have the rights to the license, such as Storm Collectible. And I guess that's why they say that it's always good to have more people doing other products of the same line, because competition is good, right? And makes for better products from everyone. Just like in the case of the Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles is a license that's been distributed out to so many other companies that we're getting so many wonderful products and different types of Ninja Turtles from different companies. And in this case, we only have Storm. Now, this is a premium product. And there's a couple of things that are underwhelming. Number one, this was $120 as far as the piece goes, right? Just like Terra's Flare and like Axe Battler. But as you see, this is a much smaller figure, right, in comparison, that comes with way less accessories and a very much smaller beast, right? So you figure that it should have been at maybe at least $100 as opposed to $120, maybe $20 difference, but it wasn't the case. And there's a lot of great things from this, I'm not gonna lie, but there's a quality control issue once again that this time is really, really something that cannot be ignored. And I hate to point it out, but I have to do it because I paid for this as a consumer. I don't get this free like other YouTubers. Like I believe somebody like, The Amazing obviously gets it from them themselves. Me myself, I pay for this out of my pocket. A lot of times I get it with my credit card and I pay it slow, and as I go, and that's how I get it done. Now, I can't stress enough. Beautiful, beautiful figure. But we got to point those issues out, which I will as we go along. So let's get right into it. Here it is. Here's Gilliam, or Gilius. First and foremost, a beautiful head sculpt. Absolutely wonderful. Stunning. Beautiful white beard with a little gray wash on top, or blue wash, gray wash on top. His eyes looking very stoic and very, stern, like a grandpa or angry old man, with the blue eyes, with his nose and details on his cheek line. His white eyebrows, the side profile looks really incredible with the little ears, with the hair flowing back. In the back with his long hair, looking very, old, Vikingish and stoic, with his helmet in green, with the silver horns coming down. Paint job is immaculate, very well done, very nice and clean. Going on to his robe that he has, and you see the tithering around the shoulders, really nicely done. Where you see even little highlights of brown to kind of see, the illusion of dirt and maybe even wear from the material. It looks like if the material was made out of like some type of old school wicker or yarn or something like that. And then it goes down to the skirt piece with the tithering around the ends. Really well done. Even a little crease there in the back. His belt in black with the highlight of the, the gold on the buckle. His arms and color skin tone looks really good, matching really accurately with the face tone. His arm bracers in white or rubber material, or on his wrists rather, with his hands and fists on both sides. Same thing. You see the sculpting line of his muscles and veins popping out and protruding. Same thing with the thighs, very thick. Same thing, all the muscle lines really well done. Down to the shorts and the boots itself, looking really nice and brown. Very simplistic, where he has the kind of a big foot for a dwarf, and underneath he has the brown you know, man, what'd you call it? Man undies, right? With the buttocks indentation and everything. So he looks really, really nice. Absolutely incredible representation of what Gilius looks like. He basically looks like he came right out of the video game into a real life realistic look and form. Wonderful, wonderful figure, wonderful sculpt. Really well done. Now let's take a look at his accessories. So here we go. Here are his accessories. Like I said, kind of underwhelming because it's not a lot. It really isn't in comparison to maybe what, you know, the others brought. But then again, we look at it and they really didn't bring a lot either. I think it was a sword, multiple hands. But even the hands in this case, he only brings the ones that were on him, which are the two fisted hands, or, you know, the set of fisted hands, right? And then he brings two extra splayed hands, or sets of hands. So we'll start off with his gripping hands, really nicely painted with the veins on top of the hands area here and everything. Looks really nice. That's one set. And then the other set that he brings is the open hand grip, like he's going to grab somebody, you know, from like the way he does in the game, to knock over their head with the golden axe. Then he bring over his portrait, extra portrait. In this one he has the grinning teeth, you see there, painted really well, but he kind of looks like he's looking upwards a little bit, so it's kind of weird. But again, the paint job is immaculate. It even has like some spots and weathering on the top of silver to make it look like it's a metal helmet with painted green that has the weathering from battle through the years, which looks really awesome. Really awesome effect. And then, obviously, last but not least, his weapon, the golden axe. Now, this is not gold at all. This is silver. In the game, we all know he has the golden axe. And it even looks a little bit different as far as the design. So I'm assuming that because they went with the actual artwork of the promotion shots that were done for the game, they chose to go with that design, that look, and that color and aesthetic. And it looks great. The axe looks wonderful. You see he has even the actual creases and cut lines within the axe from the battles, as you see through the years. It looks absolutely amazing the way that it was executed, all the way down to the actual, you know, harness where you hold it, or the actual, you know, hand. I forget what it's called, you know, where you hold on to it. It looks all metal, silver, no browns, like like if the handle's made out of wood, nothing like that. It's all metal. And then the top pointy, you know, spear where you know, actually can thrust the enemy to the forward and lunge them and kill them. So again, I love the axe. I really do. I think it's great, but it's not indicative of the actual axe in the game, which is golden, and which is why this whole thing was called, or the whole game was called Golden Axe. But I think, again, it's because they chose to go with the actual artwork of the game. So, let's take a look at his articulation. And here we go for the articulation. Obviously, his head can go left, right. It can look down that much. It can look back and up that much, which is a really nice amount of range. You got tilt from side to side. Storm knows how to do that really well. Then the shoulder goes around 180 degrees. It has the butterfly. Oop, that popped out. That just happened. Hold on one second, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, there we go. It goes up about that much. It has the bicep swivel, the double in the elbow, but only bends this much. It doesn't do the whole 90 degrees. I guess because of the shortness of the arm and because of the thickness of his bicep. The wrist swivel, obviously, and then out it goes in and out in this motion because of the ball peg, which you can turn to make it go up and down in the other direction. Same on the other side. Then on the waist, it does go a waist swivel. Inside, this is a softer piece, but you can feel that it has the body underneath. So you can bend them forward that much, and you can hyperextend them back. Let's see. You can hyperextend them back that much. Then he can do, let's see, he can do the side to side, pivot. As you can see, you can feel it inside, and this is a soft material, so it don't feel like it would break. And you can do a full Van Damme split, which is great. Inside here, in the thighs, in the thigh area, he has the thigh swivel, the double on the knee, only goes up about that much. Then he has obviously no boot cut, just the thigh swivel. The rockers go back this much on the foot, up that much. He does have a toe articulation, and then, you know, obviously he has the rockers. Now you can make him kick up about that much forward and then back about that much. So there it is for his articulation. Pretty much what we know, par for the course with most Storm figures. But obviously, because he's smaller and his hands are a lot and arms are a lot stubbier and thicker, but not as long in range, it feels like he doesn't have the ability to kick up really high or bend the knee really back forward, or have the, you know, elbow go up much higher than other, you know, characters. So now let's put on his accessories. And there we have Gilius with his accessories on, which is the axe, gripping hand. Obviously I gave, you know, put on the other portrait of his face, as you see. This looks really cool. And then, you know, the other hand, just making him stand there all majestic and angry at the world, you know, like he wants to rip things apart. You can bring it down just like that, giving it weight, like he's about to destroy stuff, giving him weight, you know, like the axe has weight. And do some cool stuff with him, you know, as you move him around. Simple things like that, like so. You know, so there is a lot of nice ways of making him look. He looks pretty, you know, he looks pretty badasseria, to be quite honest. And it's a fun thing to have him posed up in different, you know, in different ways. But just to give you guys an idea. There you go, how you have them there. So now let's take a look at what is the meat and potatoes of this set, which is the actual beast, which I believe I found out the name. So I'll see you guys right back. And here it is, guys. Here it is. Here is the beast that Gilius Thunderhead comes with, and this is the Abrax or Abrax. That's how you pronounce it. I never knew that was the name of it. And you see that it looks absolutely beautiful and very reminiscent to the actual beast in the game. Very long in length because of the tail. It extends quite some distance. I would say about 8 inches if you're putting it standing up, right? To give you an idea of how big it is next to Thunderhead, right? Gilius, as far as length goes. There it is. There he is next to it. So it's kind of long, but not too long. And again, it looks beautiful. The accuracy of the paint is spot on. The harness, as you see here, we'll take a closer look. We got the beautiful face sculpt with the red eyes, the blue beak, the mouth with the tongue coming out in red, the golds on the harness with the browns, the purple and the scaling, you know, going down to the feet with these little braces on the actual ankles of the animal, with the legs going straight out. Paint job is pretty good for the most part, with the purples and yellows, the piece in the harness in the back, the gold here, the gold in the other part of his tail, going all the way up to his furry tail tip, and really nice. And this in here is a wired, wired, and it feels nice and tight, just like the joints on the figure itself. This does turn, as you can see. It does swivel, and as you can see, there is all the articulation from the wire. And then this on the legs, you can move it forward and back about that much. It has the bend on the knee of the animal, and then bend again on this part of the foot and ankle, and then in the bottom on the foot itself here, it also has a bend, as you can see, but no rocker. And then it has the ability to kind of extend a little bit out, but not much, to spread it open, right? And you guys are like, yeah, everything looks great. So what was the issue that you were talking about, He-Bon? Everything looks great. And it does. It really does. It does. And for the most part, everything feels quality. Everything feels nice, sturdy. The joints are nice and sturdy. But there was two things. One, the piece in the tail, when you wanted to put it on, when I put it on here, right, it pops in right there. But this part right here popped out. And that's where the wire is inside. And it comes in and out with no problem. So what I had to do in order for it not to continue to pop out, I had to glue it in a certain spot where it would still allow me to have the tail swivel. Because if not, then I couldn't have the swivel. So I had to do that myself. But the biggest issue with this that is a no-no is right here. I'm going to point it out. And it is that right there. You see that right there? That is a rip in the actual skin, as you can see, in the plastic. It is a tear. A tear that came just like that with the figure, or a tear with the beast as soon as I bend it. So I don't know if that's going to get worse, because this plastic feels very durable to last a long time. But I don't know if it's going to keep ripping up, ripping down. All I know is that when I'm bending it, I'm trying to be careful. And you can see the rip there. But that is unacceptable. That is unacceptable for the fact that, again, this is a premium piece. This doesn't cost $20 at a Walmart. This is a $120 figure. And then on top of that, the fact that it's supposed to be something that you're going to have with long term, right? So it's a $120 figure. It really doesn't come with a lot of accessories, right? And things that come with it. Just stand them right there next to it really fast, just so you can see what it looks like. And then the fact that Storm Collectibles customer service is absolutely atrocious. They, with my experience, so far in the past, is horrendous. They're the type of company that'll leave you waiting and don't answer you back. I never got an answer back for my, Streets of Rage 4 Axel character, Axel Stone. I had a very big QC issue with the paint on his sweater that he has tied around his waist, and it still got worse and worse, and I barely touched the figure because of that, because there's hardly any paint left on it because it's so bad. It keeps chipping off. And so this is unacceptable because of the fact that it's a premium product. And not only is it a premium product, Storm Collectible took a very, very long time to ship this out. I had this pre-ordered literally over a year and a half, or about a year and 2 months, something like that. And I just got my hands on it. I haven't really seen a lot of people post that they have it, except one person on the Facebook group. And then on YouTube, I really don't know. But the fact that it took so long for them to ship it, and then it still has quality issues, is horrendous. Now, I don't know if this is just with mine. I hope that's the case. But if it's not, then definitely it's something that we need to point out. And I'm not going to sit here and lie about it. I don't like being negative. I'm very positive. Everything about this is absolutely 100% quality. But the issues are still there, and they need to be pointed out for anybody purchasing this, for anybody that already did purchase it. So it gives you a heads up, and you guys see what you may face as you receive it. Everything else though is absolutely fantastic. So let me put Gilius real quick on here so you guys can see what he looks like. So I'm going to change this hand and put the other grippy hand, and there's a reason for this, and you might ask, oh, why are you doing that? And I'll show you in a minute why. Because it's very hard to keep Gilius on the Abrax, to keep him on there, because of the fact that the Abrax does not have an actual harness that goes on his mouth to hold, Gilius on him, so that he can have something to hold on to. So what I did was, because it kept falling, I put Gilius's hand with the grip on this part of the harness to hold it there, and that way he has something to kind of hold on to as he's sitting down on it, right? And even if I'm posing him and moving him around, he doesn't really tend to fall once I put it on there. And there you go. You can see, even as right there as we speak. Oh, and this popped out. Hold on. Sorry, bear with me, people. As you can see there. He still looks hunched. Got him a little hunched. Oh boy. Let's see. I can be better with him hunched. Oh, there we go. I think that's better. Now let's fix the actual legs for the Abrax. And spread them out a little bit like this. Like so. Move them down a little bit like so. Up, pop, up. And then, there you go. I should have it. There you go. There you go. Let's pull back a little bit. Let's pull back a little bit. And there you go. You have Gilius Thunderhead on this beautiful beast, the Abrax. And there you see how he looks in all of his glory. So you can get him on him, but like I said, I put the grip so they'll hold on to that, because if not, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a pain in the booty, and he could keep falling off. The balancing with this was a pain in the booty hole. I had to get a hang of it first, you know, to present it here in the review once I already had the hang of it, because it was a challenge at first. The weight of him, it being not too big, the fact there's nothing to hold on, it just kept on either dipping forward like this, for example, or as you can see, look, I just moved it subtly and it already wants to go and fall down on me. So you guys see that I'm not making it up. I already wanted to do it, you see? Oh god, so it looks really fantastic. Really cool. That's a forward shot. You can see what it looks like in the front. Not really that wide, but you know, see how the legs move down. It kind of has like a very, it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It bends over really easy. I guess because of the weight of the legs being thin, they move very fast. And then this is what it looks like that way. And we'll turn it this way and give you a shot from the back. Because he has the three little things coming out from the back, like spikes or horns or whatever it is. This way you can turn it to, you know, articulate it. So it looks really awesome. He looks really awesome. So now let's do a quick comparison with what he looks like with some other things, and obviously the trio, the team of all teams. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay guys, and here we have it. Here we have the money shot. And I couldn't get the rest of the things on here, like the other skeleton and Death Adder. But here you go. Here you have an idea. This looks absolutely incredible. This is beautiful. I mean, I can't stress it enough. And it's a love-hate thing, because I love Storm Collectible, and at the same time I hate Storm's Collectible for their bad, their bad and horrendous customer service. But wow, look at this. This is straight off the game. Nostalgia at a very high level. Blue dragon, red dragon, and obviously the purple chicken. Which, quick little tidbit, it's named a couple of things. I believe the term that they call it, the name they call it officially is chicken legs. But there is also the other sites, from fandom sites and stuff like that, from SEGA forums, where it says it's called the Abrax, and also the cockatrice. Cockatrice. Trice, I believe. So it has 3 different names, plus the chicken, the purple chicken. So 4. Which one's the right one? I have no freaking clue. SEGA does. I don't know if anybody worked at SEGA that knows, that can confirm this, down in the comments below, or can maybe let me know yourself. I don't know. The point of the matter is that I just want to be as accurate as possible with you guys, so you guys know that this is the situation. So yeah, it looks really, really beautiful like this, standing next to each other. So I'll show you maybe a couple more things next to him, and we'll go from there. And here we go, guys. Here I have him next to probably one of the baddest toy lines from a new coming company that I had never really reviewed. But this is the Combatants Fight for Glories. And we have over here Anbilis. This is Solomon. Back there, the Devil's Fisherman is called Brodox. And then here we have Avictus. They are very gladiatorial, very badassery, super highly detailed, which I hope to review at some point, but I haven't been able to because they're going to take some time, because they're very detailed. But they have some QC issues, like any normal up-and-coming company, but they're really badass. Fit very well with something like Golden Axe, as you can see. Looks tremendous. So let's check something else out. And here we have them next to the Masters of the Universe Revelation Multiverse Savage He-Man from the Netflix series. And then we have him next to the DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys. I believe is Wonder Woman from... She's Barbarian. She's from the comic book Death Metal, I believe. The Death Metal Wonder Woman. I could be wrong, but I believe that's what it is. And you see she's very barbaric, or her pohawk. So she's very, she fits in well. Just to give you an idea, to, barbarian style figures from different lines, obviously, but, they're supposed to be barbaric, so, yeah, that's why I thought they would fit well. Anyway, let's do one more comparison. Okay, guys, and here we have them next to the Mythic Legions. Mossman Tribute, Bryphatus, and Mythic Legions Vitus over here, looking like a gladiatorial masterpiece. And you can see that, again, these fit in very well with, the Golden Axe theme, because again, they're from that Viking and gladiatorial era. So they look really good in your shelf if you want to mix and match. So now let's get to the end of my review and my final thoughts on this piece. Okay, boys and girls, here we have it. Here is Gilius Thunderhead with the Abrax chicken leg, purple chicken, and Cockatrice. Okay, don't judge me. Those are the names. I have no idea which one is the right one, but you guys know what I mean. My final thoughts on this piece. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a beautiful piece, no doubt about it. It hits every nostalgic nerve. It fits wonderful on the shelf alongside Tyrese Flair and Axe Battler with the blue dragon and the red dragon. It's just absolutely stunning. A stunning piece. A showstopper, if you will. especially when you have them all together. You walk in a room and people will definitely notice. My caveats with it is the price point. I still think too high, for the simple fact that the figure or the piece itself, the set, doesn't come with a lot in comparison also to other sets. $120 is a very steep price point. So this is all really going to depend on whether you're a big fan of Golden Axe or not, and if you deem it worthy, the price point. Is it worth having and purchasing? Yes, it is. Hopefully the QC issues like the actual plastic tearing where the metal piece is, it's just with mine, and it's not with others, or an ongoing problem. But if it is, then definitely be wary. Storm Collectible needs to address this. This can't continue happening with their products, because they make great products, but they also come with some QC issues that are just really broad as far as how big the issue is, or of a serious nature, and cannot be ignored. And their customer service, like I said, is horrendous. I'm going to reach out to them again to see if they can replace this for me. At least the chicken leg. I don't need the whole piece. The actual Gilius Thunderhead is fine. But nonetheless, either way, I need to be honest, and I need to be clear for those of you who come and see my review. So I do give it a thumbs up. I highly recommend it, but with those big caveats, and to be wary with those issues. If you're willing to take the risk, which I would understand, I would not judge, because it's the only company that has the licensing right now for Golden Axe making the figures, and no one else is. Then I say go for it. But just keep in mind, knowing that it is not a perfect situation, not by a long stretch, but almost 100%. So it's about 95%, 92% perfect. So I give this figure a very high rating of a 9, simply because as far as it goes, as far as a piece, how it looks, the aesthetic, the colors, the paint job, it just looks spot on, 100%. It's wonderful. But again, I'm not going to deduct it because of the QC issues, because that happens, and it could be just mine. It could be a contained issue. And then the price point. But that's not something that has to do with the figure itself and the quality of what it presents. That has more to do with, if you feel that it's worthy of your money, because you're a Golden Axe fan. With me, I felt it was, because I'm a Golden Axe fan. And now I have the complete, set that I wanted. If they make anything else aside of that, which I believe they are, they're making the big belly hammer guys, which I'll probably get, but that's about it. I think once I get that, I'll be done with this set, and I'll be happy with it. I don't need anything else. Then it's worth it, just to have it. So guys, give me a thumbs up if you like the video or my review. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't. Share it with someone you think might like it. As always, you guys can find me at any other social platforms like Twitter, Instagram. Those informations are down in the description below. Just take a look so that you know what they are and where to find me. So I won't be too long-winded. I won't tell you it here. As always, guys, thank you for those who continue to support my channel, because without you, my channel would not be anything. It would not be sustained. So for you guys, I completely appreciate you. I'm completely humbled, and thank you for your continued support. You make it all worth it and all worthwhile. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. I'm really happy that you did, and you took the time out. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you subscribe, I am so humbled and so appreciative, because I know you didn't have to, but since you did, just remember I consider you now part of my family. As always, guys, if you guys ever want to help me out in any way, shape, or form with the kindness of your heart, or because you have the means to, or because you like what I do and want to help my channel grow, which I admittedly would tell you will help me grow, because this is expensive and I'm not able to always do it the way I would like to at a higher level all the time. There is a way to do so with the description down below with my Patreon and my PayPal information. And if you guys ever want to donate something to the channel so that I can possibly either showcase it, review it, or highlight it, whether it's video game related or whether it's, figure related, like in this case, this is a video game character in figure form, which is something that I super like to do because they connect with both of my favorite things in the world. After, obviously singing. Then you know how to do it. Just hit me up on one of those DMs on social platforms and we'll work out the particulars there. This is your boy, your host, Hebot, signing off with another episode of Toys in My Closet. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Keep collecting. Be happy doing it. But remember, be doing it respectful to others in these trying times. Love you. See you in the next one, guys.